This is my crochet yarn stash, and I crocheted with only 3 skeins from this. The first skein I chose was this beige color cotton yarn, and then I chose this light turquoise velvet yarn and this brown color acrylic yarn. The first thing I crocheted was a plushie because I've been wanting to crochet a plushie for a while, and I crocheted a jellyfish plushie. I did use a pattern. I'll put the name of it in the description. Something that impresses me is people who create patterns, because I just don't really know how they do that. How do you know what stitches to use or when to switch to a different stitch, or how many rounds? I guess it takes a lot of crocheting and reading patterns yourself, but I just wish I could do that. You know what I mean? What you're seeing right now is me mixing scrap yarn into stuffing, and that's what I'm gonna stuff the plushie with. Now, I did make a short about filling crochet plushies with things that aren't stuffing, and it got the most views that I've ever gotten on a short, and that honestly surprised me. People were sharing the different things that they used to fill their plushies, and I thought it was just so interesting and fun to see what you guys had to say. People were sharing their different stories or techniques and what they used to fill plushies, and they were giving me ideas that I had never even thought of before. I don't know why, but crocheting plushies just makes me feel so productive. Why? I mean, crocheting anything can make someone feel that way, but especially plushies, and I don't really know why. Does anyone else feel the same way? Does anyone else think plushies are just really fun to crochet, and they're just interesting because you fill them with things, right? They're 3D, they're plushies, My cat Hazel came in to check out the crochet. She likes the yarn, and she also likes to mess with the camera when I'm recording, but it's okay because she's cute, so I can't really get mad at her. But yeah, she was sort of blocking the view of the crochet, but that's okay. This is how it turned out. I think it's cute. I like how it's soft, and I actually did try to crochet something else with this yarn, but I don't know if this is a fail or not. I did not use a pattern. I just came up with whatever this is. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I feel like I had a dream about something that looked like this, but I don't remember. I don't know why I was obsessed with making it attack the camera, but whatever. It's interesting. Next, I'm using the brown acrylic yarn to... Wait, no, this is the beige cotton yarn. I'm using the beige cotton yarn to crochet some hand warmers. They are fingerless hand warmers, and I did use a pattern. I am putting the name of this pattern in the description too. It was just like the last one, a very well written pattern. It was easy, it was fun, it was quick. I liked it. And this pattern actually uses the moss stitch, and I have done a moss stitch before, but it's been a while, so I sort of forgot what it was, but it's actually really easy. So yeah, that was refreshing to be able to experience doing a moss stitch again. This yarn is sort of a thinner yarn, and I am using a small hook, and I prefer crocheting with bigger yarns and bigger hooks, like what I used for the plushie. I don't know, it's just, I do like crocheting with any yarn or any hook. I like crocheting in general. It's just, I think the bigger yarns are a more fun experience. This is how the fingerless hand warmers turned out. I like them. And the next project is using the brown acrylic yarn. I am finally crocheting scrunchies. Yes, I said I wanted to crochet scrunchies in a previous video. I also said that about the plushies too. It's easy and it's fast, and it just seems like something that is useful to crochet. This is how the 2 scrunchies turned out, and this is how everything looks together. Bye!